Alright guys, we're going to do this again, but I'm going to be honest with you. If you notice this, I just did this for you guys, and I'm filming on my camera, or on my phone. And I got done and realized it was all filmed sideways. Done that before. Anyway, so I was just going to do these two now and do this one later. I'm going to go ahead and do this one now to show you guys. I want to leave this, and I want to leave some area here. You see this little guy here and this one here? I want to leave those. I'll take these off up here, but I want to leave some down here. This growing here, and this one here, and these down here is going to make the volatory, the trunk, what I call it. It's going to make it get bigger, fatter, you know, like that nice booty on there. Anyway, if you noticed, I already trimmed this as well. That's what this is all about. I took all these off. I even took the top off of this because I didn't want it to shoot up and put all the growth into this. But now, since I'm trimming it, it's not really going to matter. I'm going to take a couple of things out of my way here. Get rid of these. I think I'll just take a little off of that one just to get it out of the face. And take my razor, come around here. That line. I'm going to go down. I want that node right there, so I'm going to go right here. And I see people go between the nodes, and it works, but I can't see it working real good because, or real fast or anything, because most of your plants, all their root shooting, not all of them, but some of them, even the fruit, come from that node. It's really hard to see where I cut that. Alright. We'll figure out if I get it okay. That's another thing I don't do. You'll notice on here, when I peel this, I do not go back and scrape the bark. You see people do that. It's like, what are you doing? I don't understand. Why are you doing that? I've never done that. I'm not saying it's the wrong way. I'm saying I've never done it, and I've pretty good luck with the way I do it. Like, as long as I can see where I'm cutting here. And I will remove all that stuff I've been throwing down there. That's trying to do that so you guys can see everything. And yeah, I'll blame it on you, right? Sound like kids now. You made me do it. Yeah, I kind of scraped it that time, didn't I? Anyway, another thing I was talking about was how people get so technical on this. I know I live in a really dry climate compared to a lot of people. I live in the desert, but I'm in the high desert, so I mean it gets cold in the winter and it gets cold at night, but we don't get a lot of humidity. I got that. It's pretty dry. So this is why you don't throw away those little tiny baggies. Rumbling by. These were a little bit bigger bags, about like that. This is the only one I had left for this spot. So you slice it from the top down. You don't do it when it's in your hand. You want to actually put your fingers there and spread it when you do it, so you get a nice cut. Your razor blade. Then I want to see you pull the plastic out like that. Okay, on both sides. This is where people mess up right here. This is all the kids, all the people I've taught to do this, and I've gone over to see what happened. This is what happens right here. If you tuck these in and don't get them pulled out here, they're going to wrap around that branch, and they're going to keep the moisture in the soil away from where you just cut it. So you want to make sure. I don't need that one. Or that one there. That one can stay. So I pull it up here like that. And then I take the soil like that. See that? Make sure I reach in there and pull that plastic up there. And then I get the plastic together and I pinch it. And I push that soil right up around it as good as I can get it. Right now you're not going to hurt that thing. You get in there and you push it all you want. Because after you're done here, you're not going to be pushing on that thing anymore. Well, I'll have to fix that. I was supposed to have this stuff cut before I did that. Did last time. But like always, screwed the pooch this time. That's alright. Not gonna hurt nothing. And by the way, on figs, a lot of times I'll actually forget to use the rooting compound. On mulberries, I do the same thing. I'll go and I'll stick them all in there and go, yeah, I kind of forgot something, because they're so easy to root. I think I might tie a knot in that one first. Seems to work better up top like that. I don't know what kind of rope this is. It comes from the dollar store. I almost think it's a hemp, just because it breaks easy if you pull on it too tight. But I don't know for sure. I'd have to look at the container that I have out there, and I bet it doesn't have the name on it anymore. That usually, in those containers, it's usually on a piece of paper. First thing would go out when you open it. Yeah, guys, start subscribing to my channel. I'll be giving away cuttings. All those in that cup are going to be going out to people. But these are not going to be going out as cuttings. I don't do cuttings unless somebody that's either good at it or like me, that wants to push herself to learn. That's how I did how I learned, by pushing myself. And watching and listening and reading books and videos and just all kinds of different stuff. But these, I will root these before I send them out, unless somebody wants a cutting. If they do, I will take a fresh cutting when I give out olive trees, because even if I took these right now, got them ready, put them in the fridge, I honestly don't think they survive like a fig does and other trees. I mean, you can do that with a lot of cuttings. But I bought a bunch of cuttings for olives. And the last batch I had 10. And this one right here is the mother to all my other plants. It was the one that survived out of the 10. And they're not super difficult as long as it's a fresh cutting. I think that's what it is, because I have a really good luck at rooting these. I'm trying something new. I've already got them in there. I put some in a kind of like I got the mister on top with the water in the bottom, but they're not in the water, but the water is being sprayed up as well onto the bases. So it's kind of like both at the same time. The only thing bad about that is I have to go in and drain water out once in a while because the misting system adds water. When I built it, I actually hooked it up with the float and everything, so if it started losing, evaporating water, that it would fill itself. And I've never used it. I shut that off a long time ago. Never. I used it to fill it up originally, and when I clean it out and fill it up again, I use it. And that's the only time I ever used it, because the mister up top keeps it, actually puts a little too much water in it. But see, this is how I do it. And then, oh, something very, very important that I've never heard anybody else tell you on YouTube or any of the other videos I've been watching, and I watch a lot of videos. One of the main guys I watch, and I like watching him, is calls himself Ross the Fig Boss. And at first I thought that was kind of corny, but I got to give the guy credit. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. But I can't give him credit for this baggie, and he doesn't take the credit for it either. He'll tell you straight up. That's from Ben up in Seattle, and I watch him too. He's the one that got me into the bonsais, and they're really good. Now this here is what this is going to do, is mainly keep it from drying out. A lot of people think that's going to get it hot, and no. You think about your car windshield, the visor you put in it. If you're putting it in the correct way, the metal, the aluminum side faces out, so it shines the sun back out of your window, not bringing the heat into your car. Most important thing, coffee. So guys, subscribe to my channel, give me some likes, and I'm really hoping this video turned out better than the last one. Alright guys, thank you.